raw power is initialized. The monolithic chassis is violently fused to the Titan's spine, creating an unbreakable mechanical core. Extreme precision is applied. Laser cut the world's hardest armor plates, forged to withstand catastrophic impacts. Invincible armor is forged. Layers of advanced composite DU plating are violently fused to the cockpit, creating an impenetrable warfighter sanctuary.
The heart is transplanted. A colossal 12-liter gas turbine core is lowered into the armored fortress.
Extreme force is applied. Master riggers torque the massive 8x8 drive shafts to catastrophic precision, guaranteeing absolute traction.
A lethal barrier is locked. Ballistic glass fortress windows, engineered to shatter projectile inertia, are secured within armored frames.
Aggressive mobility. Monolithic run-flat claws are violently torqued to the massive hubs, prepared to conquer catastrophic terrain.
Missile architecture is weaponized. Patriot missile tubes are locked into place with devastating precision.
Activation complete. The tank, now weaponized with radar and missile dominance, awakens in absolute operational silence. The crowning of the Titan. The massive armored turret is violently mated to the hull, forging a 70-ton Predator.
A jet engine locked in a steel cage. The aerospace fervently spools up, ready to unleash 15 catastrophe traction. Forged steel tracks violently tear the earth, converting pure turbine thrust into unstoppable forward momentum.
Absolute geometric dominance. 70 tons of uncompromising armor violently annihilates any obstacle in its path.
Inside the sanctuary of war, the crew operates within a claustrophobic digital fortress, hunting threats through advanced thermal optics.
Lethal acquisition. The monolithic turret violently snaps onto the threat trajectory with microscopic, uncompromising precision.
Total thermodynamic violation. The 120mm cannon violently erupts, unleashing kinetic devastation at over a mile per second.
Absorbing the violence. The heavy-duty suspension violently compresses, engineering absolute stability against the catastrophic recoil.
The ultimate apex predator of the battlefield. The 70-ton Leviathan charges forward.
To move a mountain of steel, you need a titan of logistics. The heavy equipment transporter violently breaches the staging ground.
70 tons of uncompromising armor climbs the steel ramp. The Leviathan mounts its transport, engineered to preserve its catastrophic mechanical lifespan.
Anchoring the apex predator, master riggers violently bind the tank with catastrophic strength forged steel, locking the 70-ton payload for global deployment.
The mobile fortress convoy. Hundreds of tons of heavy-duty armor tear across the continent, mobilizing absolute tactical devastation. When the Leviathan falls in the mud, the front line stalls. A severed track paralyzes the 70-ton Predator in the catastrophic kill zone.
The savior of the fallen. The M88 Hercules violently breaches the abyss.
Forging the lifeline in the dirt, human muscle violently wrestles catastrophic steel hardware, locking the Hercules to the paralyzed Titan. Lethal tension is unleashed. The braided steel artery violently snaps taut, preparing to fight the crushing, uncompromising grip of the Earth.
Brute mechanical dominance over nature. The 70-ton armored Predator is violently ripped from its grave by pure, uncompromising hydraulic violence.
No Titan left behind. The Hercules violently extracts the dead heart for a field resurrection. Unstoppable logistics, unrelenting power.
The desert Predator enters the concrete jungle. To survive the claustrophobic urban abyss, the Leviathan requires a catastrophic mutation. Forging the active shield, massive bricks of explosive reactive armor are violently mounted to the flanks, engineered to detonate against incoming threats. Securing the explosive armor, titanium bolts violently lock the reactive bricks in place, turning the Titan into an untouchable, bristling fortress.
Protecting the heart, a monolithic steel cage is violently welded over the turbine exhaust, engineered to physically crush incoming rocket-propelled grenades.
The commander's sanctuary is fortified. Transparent ballistic armor is violently locked into place, shielding the warfighter.
Sealing the underbelly, a catastrophic V-shaped titanium plate is bolted beneath the beast, reflecting the devastating upward blast of subterranean explosives.
The digital sniper awakens. The automated remote weapon station violently snaps to high elevation, aiming pure kinetic devastation at rooftop threats.
Absolute geometric annihilation. The 70-ton urban brawler violently breaches the concrete labyrinth, crushing the enemy's architecture.
Thermodynamic counterstrike. The reactive armor violently detonates, decapitating the incoming warhead and preserving the invincible core.
The undisputed king of the urban jungle. Upgraded. Unbreakable. The heavy-duty...
The ultimate proving ground. The 70-ton Predator crests the ridge, locking its digital eyes on a distant, doomed target.
The kinetic spear is chambered. A depleted uranium dart, engineered for absolute armor annihilation, is locked into the breach.
Laser precision. The fire control system violently calculates wind, range, and rotation, forging an inescapable thermodynamic kill chain.
Absolute thermodynamic wrath. The 120mm cannon violently detonates, unleashing catastrophic kinetic energy.
Shedding the shell. The sabot petals violently discard in midair, unleashing the hypervelocity penetrator.
A mile per second. The depleted uranium spear violently tears through the atmosphere, a hypervelocity weapon of pure kinetic doom.
Catastrophic kinetic impact. The dense uranium violently forces its way through solid steel, turning impenetrable armor into molten liquid.
The armor is breached. The catastrophic impact violently fragments the interior, unleashing a blinding storm of molten shrapnel.
Absorbing the violence. The hydraulic recoil system violently compresses, swallowing the catastrophic forces of the launch. One shot, one catastrophic kill. The Leviathan purges the spent brass and violently pivots. The hunt is eternal.
The beast is gutted. A massive gantry crane violently extracts the suit-choked 1,500 horsepower turbine heart from the 70-ton Titan, cracking the armor of the core. Brutal pneumatic force violently shatters the seized bolts, breaching the aerospace-grade turbine housing. The blackened lungs are exposed. Thousands of hours of inhaling pulverized desert sand and detonated jet fuel have choked the titanium compressor blades. Thermodynamic cryogenic purge. A blinding storm of high-pressure dry ice violently obliterates the fossilized carbon, resurrecting the raw titanium. Metabolic damage assessment. High-intensity lasers violently scan the razor-thin titanium architecture, hunting for lethal, catastrophic microfractures.
Catastrophic rotational testing. The naked core is violently spun to 30,000 revolutions per minute, balancing aerospace precision with heavy-duty brutality. Menaced. The power pack is reused. Resurrected turbine is violently made into the monolithic transmission. The transplant is complete. The 1,500 horsepower reactor is violently dropped back into the armored belly of the 70-ton Leviathan.
Titan breathes again. The thermodynamic core violently ignites, ready to unleash uncompromising.
When the sun dies, the Leviathan owns the abyss. The 70-ton Predator prowls in absolute, uncompromising darkness.
Inside the blacked-out sanctuary, the crew navigates the void using high-definition thermodynamic vision, hunting the microscopic heat signatures of the enemy.
Silent acquisition. The monolithic turret violently snaps onto the thermal trajectory, a 70-ton ghost aiming pure kinetic devastation.
A laser beam of thermodynamic wrath. The coaxial web violently erupts, shredding the pitch-black abyss with thousands of rounds of armor-piercing lead.
The mechanical storm inside the beast. A violent cascade of scorching brass is purged as the Leviathan executes its unrelenting barrage. Target annihilated. The enemy's thermal signature violently erupts into a catastrophic white-hot inferno, erased from the digital battlefield. Shoot and maneuver. The apex predator violently shifts position, a 70-ton ghost fading back into the uncompromising darkness.
The undisputed master of the night.
The graveyard of titans. Hundreds of decommissioned 70-ton predators rest in the sun-baked abyss, waiting for the forge. Decapitating the fallen. Gargantuan hydraulic force violently tears the rusted turret from the hull, beginning the brutal resurrection, amputating the trauma. A blinding thermal inferno violently slices away decades of battle damage, purging the weak steel.
The absolute purge. High-velocity abrasives violently iterate the scars of war, resurrecting the raw.
Forging the modern shield. Next-generation depleted uranium armor is violently fused to the resurrected spine, engineered for modern warfare. A new heart is transplanted. A 0-mile, hyper-upgraded thermodynamic core is violently locked into the Titan's chest.
The final armor. The beast is violently smothered in a chemical-resistant skin, erasing the trauma of its past life.
Renewing the claws. Massive, forged steel tracks are violently torqued to the drivetrain, restoring absolute, uncompromising traction.
The Titan breathes again. Rebuilt from the ashes of the boneyard, the 70 Leviathan violently returns to the light. The cycle of heavy industry is eternal. From the rust of the boneyard, the ultimate predator is forged anew.